Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel of Global Solutions. Gun violence, endless gun violence in America. Today, I'm going to present to you my ultimate solution to gun violence in America. This is part 1 of 2. I'll provide you my analysis and solutions. Based on my background, 10 years of studying the system of the Philippine government. That's what I did. Then I came here in America, and for 40 years, all I did is study the government system of the United States, Canada, Mexico, European countries, Australia, and Canada. That's all I do. And that's all I did in my entire life. And in 2016, based on my 50 years of lifetime research, I wrote this and published this, and it's now on Amazon. For $17, you will be able to figure out what is the real solution to gun violence here in America. How do we prevent it instead of gun control? This is the back of the book. Political leaders, and I will tell you this, has 0 rating to solve gun violence. President Biden likewise has 0 rating to protect Americans from gun violence. Police reform. One day after 21 lives were lost in Uvalde, Texas, President Biden signs police reform executive order. Another political strategy that means nothing for the American people. Politicians has been trying these political strategies since the 1960s. You can figure it out. You can Google that and you will find out. FBI Director Christopher Wray, I'd like you to watch his 60 minutes overtime interview on April 24, 2022. CBS News, 60 minutes overtime. And he talked about on rising violence in the U.S. and domestic violence. And his goal is to prevent terrorist attack of any kind, domestic or international. And that goal, I will tell you, is this. That goal is impossible to achieve. Why? Because Federal Bureau of Investigation, their job is to investigate crimes. They are not called Federal Bureau of Prevention. No. Their job is to investigate. And that is where they shine. I sent him a letter on April 25, offering my proposal to witness and learn why the FBI's goal is impossible to achieve. But it is now May. It's now about a month ago, and he hasn't responded, and I doubt if he will respond. The cause of terrorism is the FBI capable of preventing terrorism. Take a look at September 11, 2001. How many lives were lost? How much, approximately 2 trillion negative effect to the economy. Approximately 1 trillion for the upkeep of the Guantanamo Bay prison. How many lives of our military men and women and civilians were lost in Afghanistan simply because the FBI is not capable of preventing terrorism? Cause of terrorism, and you'll find it here, listed here. Now, police. Let's talk about I will use Los Angeles police. When you see their police cars, you will see this protect and serve. Really? Can they protect Americans who are living in the city of Los Angeles? No, they cannot. Here's the legal problem of protect and serve. I would like you to find this too. And you will find this. Law enforcement officers have no duty to protect any individual. As a Supreme Court speaking, the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, on the unfaithful day of February 14, 2018, the students sued the Broward School District and Sheriff's Office. And as I was expecting, a federal judge ruled that the government agencies had no constitutional duty to protect students who were not in custody. Those are the facts. Police fatalities every year. Here are a short list of how many police officers are killed while in the line of duty. Can the FBI analyze and solve this? No. Police suicide in this country are this. Almost the same as the number of officers who are killed in the line of duty. And sometimes it is higher. And I can explain all this. And I not only explain, but I have the solution for this. Lawsuits against firearms manufacturers is wrong because it will not protect human lives from gun violence, mass shootings, or terrorism. The failure of the government to prevent any type of violent crimes, including gun violence, mass shootings, insurgency, or terrorism, is not the responsibility of firearms manufacturers. They're just businesses. U.S. gun violence is about $280 billion annually in this country, and about 40,000 deaths from gun violence. Is gun control good or bad for America? Gun control is a political leader's solution that does not do anything. All it does is divide non-gun owners against gun owners. And that's all it does. It's dividing the American people. Is America searching for solutions? Yes. In 2020, Congress provided $25 million here. And this is what I'm going to tell you. No government or any other private or non-profit organization will ever find the solution to gun violence in America. And there's my name right there. Here are some of the researchers around the country. UC Davis Violence, National Collaborative, Everytown, New Yorkers, Newtown, Americans for Responsible Solutions, States United, so many non-profit organizations. So far, this is the biggest, that I believe the biggest, the James Brady campaign that started in 1974 up to 2020. Now, why 2020? Because in 2020, if you see their website, it will show you that they were able to have a revenue of $42,607,000. And mind you, they have existed since 1974. So all that money for how many years? 46. What happened to that money? Where's the result when gun violence is going up? Who's James Brady? He used to work at the White House as, I believe, executive secretary of former President Reagan, Ronald Reagan. When there was an attempt on Ronald Reagan's life, it was James Brady who was hurt. and he was disabled, and he left the White House. And ever since, he established his Brady campaign on gun control, or find ways to prevent gun violence. 46 years and no result, zero. That's why I said no government or any other private or non-profit organization will ever find the solution to gun violence in America. And there's my name again. I have the solution. I have the website. I have the books that will prove. Plus, I have this presentation. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration also reported this. So many lives are claimed on our highways. This because what I have is not just for gun violence. My prevention programs is applicable to this too. So, the National Institute of Health, I'm going to give it a 0 or 100% failure rating. CDC, same thing, 0 or 100% failure rating. Or any educational institutions or non-profit organization, same thing, 0 or 100 failure rating. And you will be able to understand today and in this part 1 and part 2. My thinking of America started in 1963 when I found out that America lost President Kennedy. I was in the elementary school in the Philippines when some of my classmates cried. And I was like, who is Kennedy? Where is America? And I started my research about America. I wanted to learn everything I can. And then in 1983, I came here to continue my studies and research. That's all I did. In April of 2004, I developed the world's first violence prevention system. It's a system that took me 41 years of research without relying on money from anyone. They're all my money and my time. And from 2004 to 2016, I was able to write this book to provide you the details of how I developed a prevention system and police modernization program instead of gun control. This is my solution to gun violence and terrorism in the United States and everywhere else around the world. This is the back of the book, and these are my guarantees. And this is end of part 1, the ultimate solution to gun violence in America. And it's applicable to these countries and many other parts of the world. Part 2 will be, I will try to provide part 2 hopefully this week or tomorrow. And you will learn why this is a very powerful book. Why no one else will be able to develop this gun violence prevention and police modernization program. Why and how it affects the U.S. military capabilities. Why the United States military lost in Afghanistan and Somalia in, I believe, October 3 and 4, 1993. And President Biden would like to send several hundreds of our military men and women again in Somalia, when in fact, then President Clinton pulled out from Somalia, and as well as President Trump pulled out from Somalia. And what President Biden is going to do is reverse those and bring them back again as a total waste of money and not safe for our military men and women. And this is the ultimate solution to gun violence in America, part 1 of 2. I will follow it up with part 2 as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're watching this because this is the only way to solve this gun violence in America. Thank you very much. Goodbye for now.